How's everybody doing? This is a DVD update, 5 pickups. First up is 2008's Trailer Park of Terror. I've heard mixed reviews about this, and it's one of those movies that it may appeal to you if you're into kind of a low budget, kind of campy horror films, because that's what this is. This is a typical cliche kind of movie. It has Trace Adkins in it, and I think he basically plays like the devil kind of thing and make a deal with the devil kind of situation. It's basically about a group of troubled high school students. They're traveling along with their pastor. They're trying to, be scared straight or something like that. And they're traveling in the middle of nowhere, and it's storming like crazy. And they stop by this trailer park, and they meet Norma. And they basically have to stay there overnight, and all kinds of crazy things happen. And Norma's not who she seems. And basically, Norma is kind of damned to eternity along with the rest of the people in the trailer park. And they basically, it's kind of cliche, but you know what happens. And you can see the creepiness right there. It was just an okay movie to me. It's about average, I would say. I couldn't necessarily recommend to go, run out and grab it, but it's, maybe worth a rental, I would say. I'd give it about a 5 out of 10, average. The acting was The special effects were pretty well done. The humor, though, was kind of cheesy to me and kind of unnecessary, and just didn't really do well with the humor. But the special effects were the best part of the movie. And this is the unrated edition. I don't know how much stuff is taken out of the regular edition, but there wasn't too much in there. But just an okay film. And next up is 1987's Angel Heart. I've been meaning to check this out for a long time, and I finally did, and I'm so glad I did. I absolutely love this movie. It stars Mickey Rourke as Harry Angel, a private detective. Robert De Niro is Louis Cypher, and Lisa Bonet is Epiphany Proudfoot. And basically, Mickey Rourke's character, Harry Angel, is contacted by Robert De Niro's character to track down a man named Johnny Favorite because he owes Robert De Niro's character something. So Mickey Rourke, being the private detective that he is, he takes the case, and he gets mixed up and embroiled in a whole murder mystery, and he has to go down to New Orleans to find him, to find Johnny Favorite, and it's just all kinds of craziness. Things aren't how they seem, and people aren't who they seem to be, and everybody that Harry investigates ends up turning up dead. There's kind of a neat little twist, and I really enjoy this movie. It has a lot of voodoo in it as well, and one of the documentaries on here explains about voodoo and things like that. I checked that out. It was actually pretty cool to watch. It's a very brilliant psychological horror directed by Alan Parker, who did Midnight Express, Fame, and many other movies. Robert De Niro did a fantastic job in this. Actually, everybody did. Lisa Bonet, Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke is one of those actors he does best where he doesn't have much dialogue. He's just kind of a brooding character, which he is in this as well. He's very brooding. Doesn't have too much dialogue, but he plays it well. Just a phenomenal movie. Highly recommend this one. Like I said, I like the voodoo concept as well. Very cool. I would give it a 9 out of 10 for me. 9 out of 10. This is the special edition that had the voodoo feature. I wish the Blu-ray had that as well. The Blu-ray doesn't, just the DVD. Next up is 1987's Return to Horror High. It has a quick appearance by George Clooney as well. I've always loved the cover art to this. And there's the back of it right too. Right there. It has Vince Edwards and Maureen McCormick as well. School spirit has never been this dead is one of the taglines. Personally, the cover art was great, but the movie is not. I could not recommend this. I think this was a horrendous movie. Basically, it's about a movie inside of a movie. A film crew comes to this high school to do a movie about a previous serial killer that killed a bunch of people there, and basically, I don't really want to give too much away, but I don't know, I can honestly say skip this movie. I don't even think this movie is worth a rental. Very disappointed in this movie. Again, even the disc art is really cool though. I wish the movie was as good as the artwork though. But basically very cliche. Nothing stands out about this movie. I guess seeing George Clooney for a quick minute back in the day to make, a quick paycheck for him. I guess that was about it. The killer was never caught back then, and of course you know what's going to happen, and I don't know. I couldn't recommend it. If you like this movie, props to you. It just wasn't for me. Definitely, I'd say about a 4 out of 10. Below average. Next up is 2005's Hoboken Hollow, starring Jason Connery, Dennis Hopper, C. Thomas Howell, Mark Madsen. There's a lot of well-known actors in this movie. This movie's a lot like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but nowhere near as good. Basically it's about a family living out on a farm, and they basically have ranch hands come there, and they say, you can work and stay here for a little bit if you work, and we'll feed you and all that, except they end up, not letting them leave and torturing them and things like that. Very cliche, but the performance for C. Thomas Howell is worth the movie. I would say that alone. C. Thomas Howell, right there. The very first scene I saw him in this movie, I didn't even recognize him at first. He kind of looks like House, a redneck version of House. His performance was awesome, I thought. He was unrecognizable for a little bit, but seeing Des Hopper in here, Des Hopper, he's only in a few short scenes. He plays the sheriff. I would say it's worth a rental just to see C. Thomas Howell in the movie. And the movie also stars Mark Halter, who played Chubby in Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf 2, and I'll most remember him playing the little kid in A League of Their Own. Basically, he plays a really cool performance in it as well. It's kind of like a Usual Suspects kind of thing going on. I don't want to give too much away, but that was a pretty cool thing right there too. How you know, you think he's something and turns out to be really different. I would say overall it's a cliched concept been done to death. I would say it's about average. I would give it a 5 out of 10. Like I said before, the performances in here were pretty well done, especially by C. Thomas Howell. Tremendous job by him, and it's always cool to see Dennis Hopper in a movie. May he rest in peace. Again, cliche movie. I would say about average, a 5 out of 10. I couldn't recommend going out and checking this one out. Maybe a rental or seeing it online or something like that. Maybe a Netflix queue. But C. Thomas Howell, awesome in this movie. And next up is 2007's Teeth. I've heard so many great things about this. I saw the trailer for it forever ago. Always wanted to check it out. Finally did. It's kind of a horror comedy movie. Short synopsis is that this girl, she has teeth down where her vajayjay is. You know, that's basically about it. There's so much potential for this movie, but for me personally, it fell flat. It felt very short. Basically, it was very the pacing was really awful to me. I will say the lead actress, Jess Wexler, I believe her name was, she did a very good job in this movie. She was basically the stand-up performance. I didn't like the movie at all. It wasn't as humorous as I thought it could be. It tried to be more of a serious thing. Another thing I didn't like was every guy in this movie was a douchebag. The pseudo-boyfriend, the brother, the old man at the end, even the father, he kind of lacked common sense. He was a nice guy, but I don't know, he should have done more with the brother in situations like that. But I couldn't recommend this movie, and I heard so many great things about it, and I'm very disappointed. I would give this movie a 4 out of 10, and in my opinion, I feel it's being generous. They could have gone a different route with this, made it more campy, more humorous. There was some humor, and it was kind of like more of a dark humor, but for me personally, it just fell short. I was disappointed in this movie. For me, 4 out of 10. Let me know if you've seen this movie and what you think of it. Was it good for you? Was it humorous? Was it good for you? But seriously though, let me know if you've seen this movie or any of these movies. I could not recommend this one. 4 to 10 for me. Let me know what you guys would rate these movies as well. Hoboken Hollow, I would say a 5 out of 10. C. Thomas Howell was awesome in it. Next up, Return to Horror High. Very disappointing. You get to see George Clooney in some cool cover artwork, but that's about it. Very cliched and nothing special. Angel Heart was the one I could recommend out of all these ones right here, with Robert De Niro, Mickey Rourke, and Lisa Bonet. Lisa Bonet, mwah, love it. Awesome. Very psychological, thrilling horror movie. Absolutely loved it. And again, I love the voodoo aspect as well. Mickey Rourke, again, very brooding. He's a minimalistic actor. He says more with a look than he actually does with dialogue. But definitely check this one out. And for me personally, a 9 out of 10. And next up is Trailer Park of Terror. For me, I would say it's about average. I would say maybe worth a rental. So again, if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. I hope everybody's doing well, and take care.